Boss here from Amerime Media, and I'm here with the Forgotten City, one of the hidden gems at Pax East, and I'm going to let the development team let you know about the game. So how you doing, gentlemen?
Very well, thank you.
Really good. Really good. The game looks great so far.
Thanks, man.
What is it about, the Forgotten City?
So the Forgotten City is a narrative-driven exploration game. So you find yourself trapped in an ancient Roman city with 26 other trapped explorers, and all you know is that they're all about to die. And it's probably going to be your fault, to be honest. But that's okay, because you and you alone have the ability to wind back time Groundhog Day style and relive the same day over again, but having gathered all the information and items that you had from previous time loops, so you can make the day go a little bit better each time, learn from your mistakes, and hopefully get to the point where you can save everybody in the city. Or not, depending on how you're all playing.
You that. So you don't have to save everybody, you don't want to.
Absolutely. I mean, there are multiple endings, so if you want to be a selfish jerk and just like kill everyone so you can escape, that's on the cards as well.
Right.
But it's a role-playing game, and you know, we want people to have at least 2, maybe 3 playthroughs of the game, get different endings, have wildly different experiences, and that's part of the fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like the replayability of the game, where the engine is different than the last time you had just played it.
Yeah.
So the other people that you're saving, are they jerks? Are they nice people? Do you feel bad about letting them down?
Once again, for sure.
Okay, there's definitely a mix. So some people, you know, you won't feel bad at all about getting them killed, but other people are very nice. And you know, if you do manage to you know, save the city, you get to have this sort of emotional farewell or reunion with them back in present day. If you're lucky, but yeah, depends on how you go.
So where is this world based at?
Okay, so it's in northern Italy and in a hidden ancient Roman city in the mountains. So it's basically just been there for 2,000 years, and it's managed to lure people into it over that time. And this is just like the latest wave of people who've been lured into the city to meet the same sort of fate.
Oh wow! So can you tell me about the weapons that's in the game that you're going to be saving or killing people with?
So look, it's mainly a narrative-driven game, so it's focused on sort of dialogue and making decisions. And in the city, what you'll discover pretty early on is that there's this thing called the golden rule, where if one person commits a sin, everybody dies. So if you walk up to some dude and punch him in the face, which you can do, then you trigger an event which basically gets everybody killed, and then you've got to like wind back time to sort of play the day over again. So you can get weapons, you can get a gun if you want. You can sort of like, there's an armed gunman comes into the city, and you can try to disarm him, and then you've got a gun, but you've got to be careful what you do with it, because obviously if you kill anyone, or you know, then it's very bad, and you're gonna have to restart the day all over again. So yeah, but you've definitely you've got fists and you've got a gun, and maybe, and yeah.
What's great about that time loop mechanic, that Groundhog Day style restart of the day over and over again, is that using those weapons, if you choose to, or having to use force, or maybe break a law, you can break the golden rule, triggering that apocalyptic event. But maybe you need to do that to gather an item that will save somebody on your next time loop through, right? Or be able to bend fate in a different direction, intervene in the narrative, all in service of trying to get to the bottom of who is triggering that apocalyptic event every day.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. Can I talk about the main character, or like you in the story?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So it's designed for sort of streamability, basically. So the main character is a blank slate. So you get to choose your name, gender, race, and backstory at the very beginning, and you also get to sort of define your character through the dialogue options that you've got. So you can play as sort of a heroic, you know, your traditional hero, or you can play as a naughty, nasty villain if you want, and basically anything in between. So yeah, you as the player completely define who the player character is.
Nice, that is awesome. What system is it on?
So it's coming to PC and Xbox One in late 2019.
No PS4?
Well, we never say never.
Not yet.
Never say never.
I'm praying they never get with PS4. But if not, I have a PC that I can easily play it on as well. And it comes out this year?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, nice. How much is it going to cost?
Probably about $20.
Nice, nice.
It's an indie game. It's made by basically I'm the only full-time dev. I've got a few people helping out. It's a very, very small team. And we like to think we're sort of punching above our weight, making a really awesome game on an indie budget.
And this started out as a mod, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I made a mod a few years ago for a very popular RPG. It won a National Writers Guild Award, which is the first time in the history of mods ever done that, which is kind of encouraging. So I'm like, why am I being a bored lawyer when I could be making video games for a living? So yeah, I quit my job and I started making this game.
Me and the cameraman talk about that all the time, where like you play Fallout and you
Yeah.
Like, when just with their own game, like.
Well, that's an excellent question. To be honest, what I've found over the last couple of years is that it's hugely difficult. It's super hard. It's really expensive, and basically, yeah, like I'm really lucky in that I've got a genius programmer, hi Alex, and he's been able to do amazing things with Unreal Engine. But I think the simple reason why these big modding teams don't, make the game themselves is that I'll put it this way: making a mod is like building an extension to your house.
Right.
Making a game is like building your house from the ground up.
Well, you said you're the only dev on it?
I'm the only full-time dev, yeah.
The game is beautiful.
Thanks, man, yeah.
Oh.
So the environment artist that I've got helping out sometimes, he's formerly From Software, so the guys who did Dark Souls and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, so he's amazingly talented. So yeah, we've been really fortunate to get some awesomely talented people on the team.
Can you talk about any enemies? Are we encountering any animals? Are the people that we're trying to save, are they assholes?
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So in terms of enemies, so what you find in the city is that, like, because the city's been luring people into the city for 2,000 years, there are all these golden statues, kind of like the people from Pompeii, that are just sort of like frozen in these horrific golden statues, because like that's how they died years and years ago. Someone has figured out that those people aren't actually dead. And so somebody, a very unethical surgeon, has started to peel the golden layer off those people and try to resurrect them somehow, sort of jolt them back to life. And so there are certain areas of the city that are sort of overrun with these sort of abominations. We call them ungilded. And so yeah, that's one of the very horrific creatures that you'll encounter in your exploration.
Right, that is awesome. So the game focuses on more narrative than action.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We wanted to make a narrative-centric game that really like respects the player's intelligence.
Right.
Isn't going to flood you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So if you don't want to be flooded with quest markers, huge checklist of things to do, we want to trust you to figure out that for yourself. And as you get further in the game, some of those optional events, they layer atop themselves, and so it falls to you to figure out who should I gain the trust of, who should I help, who might get me closer to solving that mystery of who is committing this sin and dooming everybody in the city.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait for this to come out.
Thanks, man.
October?
Not quite sure yet. Well, we're going to announce a release date as soon as we can, but for now we're just saying late 2019.
Okay. As soon as they announce it, I want to have it done for y'all. I promise. All right, that's my time. Thank
Sweet.
you.
Thank you so much, man. It's great talking to you.
Thanks a lot.
I'm going to get the play, or I'm going to have the cameraman play. We're going to show us some gameplay after this. All right. Bye.
What's the last thing you remember?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
What if you discovered a city long forgotten? A place only rumored in ancient myth and legend. Its beauty unimaginable. Its laws ruthless.
Leave us.
What if you uncovered a terrible past?
Who's responsible for this? It was him, I swear.
If one person here commits a sin, everyone will die.
An unspeakable atrocity. And a way to rewrite history.
I found a window into the past, and I'm reliving the same day over and over.
How many rules would you break to undo a great evil? To ascend into legend.